How you guys doing? Thank you for joining me here on Ravens Nest. So, we all know our Baltimore Ravens lost yesterday to the Cincinnati Bengals. But we've had a day to kind of, well, not really a day, but we've had a night to sleep on it. So, I want to kind of go into the game and look at the highlights again. I'll put the link in the description of the highlights. I can't really show it due to copyright purposes. But I'm going to go through the highlights here, look at some of the plays, and kind of give you guys what I thought about the game and really what went wrong for our Ravens. So, I'm going to start it off here. I'm going to go through. So, I look at the first play of the highlights, and I look at Joe Mixon, and he comes right out and runs the ball against the Ravens. It was a poor lane assignment for the Ravens. We really didn't close the gaps, and that's really what we did against the Bengals the whole game. We think about Joe Mixon, a rookie running back, very talented coming out of college, but the Bengals have the worst offense in football. We shut them out in week 1, couldn't shut them out in this one. Now, I want to skip forward to about 29 seconds where the Bengals got that touchdown. So, as I said the other day, we are 31st in the NFL in covering tight ends. Now, we have a lot of good guys on the defensive line. You think about Zadarius Smith. We got Matthew Judon and Terrell Suggs. But we have no cover linebackers outside of the rookie Tim Williams and the inexperienced Correa. So, again, a tight end burned us on the touchdown play. Dalton brought him in motion. Just got rid of it. And threw a touchdown. Who was that against? Correa. It was against Correa. First touchdown goes against Correa. Exactly what I'm talking about. Inexperience. Didn't get there in time and wasn't able to make the play. Alex Collins had a nice run. Now, Flacco, again, I'm like one minute in. Flacco just, the whole first half, he was off. Flacco froze with the weather. We talked about January Joe. Well, he never came this year. He never came. He played like he came, but in the end of the day, it's January, and Joe Flacco won't be playing football. He froze with the weather yesterday. I mean, he had, at one point, if it wasn't for Chris Moore's kickoff return that set up Flacco's 10-yard touchdown, the weather was higher in degrees than Flacco had passing yards. He had 18 in the first half before that touchdown, and the weather, I believe, was like 19 degrees. So Joe Flacco was short-arming receivers. I definitely believe the weather had a lot to do with that for sure, but there's no excuse. He's a veteran quarterback. We can't let him off the hook. I understand we had a lot of drops in this game. We'll get to another one later. But at the same time, Joe Flacco has got to do better than that. So obviously, not much really to see in the second quarter, to be honest, other than the late. So I'm going to skip to late part of the second quarter, except for right here. So I'm 3 minutes and 13 seconds in. Andy Dalton drops back to throw to the end zone, and who does he go to again? Straight to a tight end, wide open, down the middle. There's not a defender within 5 yards of him. Once again, defense against tight ends, not good this year, not good. And I really believe that's also because, remember, we lost Zachary Orr. We lost because of injury. We really needed him. He was an important piece, and I knew when he got hurt that was a bad injury. So let's move forward from that. So, Andy Dalton dropping the bucket there. So, Chris Moore, kickoff return, 4 minutes and 11 seconds in. Good kickoff return right there for Chris Moore. Just runs down the field, breaks a couple tackles, makes a nice play, really sets us up in range. And Flacco really throws a dime on that touchdown and a great grab by him. So, give him a lot of credit. Now, we scoot forward to the third quarter. Flacco has a chance. Ravens are moving the ball. We're down 17-10. Chris Moore, with 5 minutes and 28 seconds into the highlight video, Flacco throws the ball to him, a clean pass. Chris Moore had his eyes down the field. Well, he didn't have his eyes downfield, but he had his mind downfield, if you know what I mean. He was trying to catch the ball and run down the field at the same time, rather than secure the catch and run down the field. It's a young man. Young man made a mistake. I wonder if things would have been different if we had Jeremy Maclin, if he was healthy. Then from there, great play by Denard, and he just runs down the field for a touchdown. I mean, it's hard to get on offensive guys for not being able to make that tackle right there. I mean, that's why Denard get in the end zone. You can't expect Flacco to do that, make that tackle. Easy 7 for the Bengals, and without that drop, we really would have probably won this game. So Chris Moore had the highs for us, but he also had the extremely lows. So we're definitely going to move on from that. Definitely don't want to see that again. And 24-10, give the Ravens a lot of credit because they stayed alive. Now, I want to go to the Alex Collins touchdown run on 4th and 3 with 6:56 into the video. Wow, Alex Collins, man, made an amazing play. But John Harbaugh, it's 4th down and 3. This is exactly what we're talking about. Questionable calls. You got 6 minutes and 28 seconds left in the third quarter. You don't need to go for it. Just kick the field goal, get the points. Instead, Alex Collins makes an amazing run and bails out Harbaugh. Let's look at this run here. If you guys are looking at it. Alex Collins shifts to his left and makes a play, breaks it to the outside, and gets in for 6. Now, a 4th and 3, why are you calling a pitch play? That's a Monday morning leg. Why are you calling a pitch play on 4th and 3? Either you throw it or you run it up the middle. You don't pitch it to the side. That's a terrible call. Don't know why they made that decision, but that's what they did. So, moving along, Bengals again, still running the ball against us. Well, we got the ball back. Flacco, we were down 24, 3rd and 5, got rid of it to Wallace, first down. And then we were able to get a field goal on that possession. So, 24-20. Flacco, again, went down the field, got a touchdown to Wallace, and the offense really came alive in the second half. Give him a lot of credit. We were able to put together some nice drives. Flacco finally came alive, which is exactly what we needed from him. We needed him to come alive, and he really delivered in the second half, but it was just too late, man. You can't wait a whole half. The whole first half, the Ravens were missing tackles on defense. Terrell Suggs said that we spotted the Bengals 17 points. I can agree with that more. But the Ravens offense was a 3-and-out machine. 7 3-and-outs in the whole ball game. It was on pace to get even more. So, come on, guys. Really? Really? And the pass rush was not good enough either, other than that sack I just looked at with about 9:24 in the video. Matthew Judon made a good play, but other than that, the pass rush was not there. And you have to wonder, another management move should have went after James Harrison. I really thought we should have got him. He had 2 sacks yesterday for New England. And in a meaningless game, really. Well, kind of a meaningful game, but at the same time, had 5 tackles, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. We could have used that for sure. But in the fourth quarter, we took the lead. Now, we went down the field. We had some good runs. We really milked the clock. But it came down to it. Flacco had a chance. It was 3rd down and 7. 9 minutes and 43 seconds into the video I am. 3rd down and 7. We're up. 2 minutes and 58 seconds left. We have a chance to win the game. Flacco says the snap, drops back, looks, throws the ball into the dirt. He threw the ball into the dirt. No defenders were after him. Nothing was going on, and he just threw the ball into the dirt. Flacco, use your legs. Extend the play. Try to make something happen with the season on the line. Don't just throw the ball away. That's insensible to just get rid of it like that. And now this is where it all falls apart. When you put the ball and you put the season in the hands of the defense, 2nd straight year in a row, we think about it. So the Bengals, obviously, those 2 defensive pass interference against Humphrey, I believe it was not pass interference, but I believe it was holding against him. And then Brandon Carr had a penalty as well. So those 2 penalties were awful, which set up a 4th down and 12 with 53 seconds left at the 49-yard line of the Ravens. Ball game over. What does Dean Pease call? He takes if you're looking at it, we got 11 minutes and 4 seconds into the video. So Dean Pease puts all his men at the line of scrimmage instead of dropping them back. In that situation, you got to play prevent defense. He's bringing all his players, including Eric Weddle, to the line of scrimmage and then finally drops him back at the last second, along with Mosley. You think Andy Dalton, who's a veteran, he's not going to be fooled by that. He knows you're not going to blitz. He knows you got to be able to play the line of scrimmage and play deeper than that. On 4th and 12, you don't bring all your men to go after him. That's on Dean Pease. You play prevent defense. They didn't do that. And from there, that's where it all fell apart. They said on the whole drive they were playing man-to-man defense and decided to play zone defense. That was the biggest mistake. They said they had second thoughts about it. That's what Eric Weddle said. Shouldn't have done it at all. And at that point, you're just running with the receivers rather than staying in front of them. You have to stay in front of the receivers in that situation. They don't stay in front. Play the video. Mosley's running after him, and that's too late. And Maurice Kennedy, why is he playing safety position? That's what I'm clueless to know why he's playing the safety position. Should have been Eric Weddle out there. Instead, Kennedy, just a slot corner, makes a bad angle, looking on the outside with Brandon Carr to try to help him out with LaFell. Well, Brandon Carr had good coverage, but you can't blame Kennedy. Makes a bad angle, makes a bad decision as a safety position, look like he was completely clueless as to what to do. And from there, Kennedy couldn't make the tackle, neither could Brandon Carr. But Eric Weddle, if you go back and look at it 1,000 times over, no idea what he was doing. When the second Tyler Boyd caught that pass, he should have turned on the Jets. He did not. Eric Weddle, I know this is harsh, but Eric Weddle should be gone. He should be gone. I'm thinking about last year against Pittsburgh. Wasn't strong enough to make the tackle on the immaculate extension against Antonio Brown. We think about the overtime against the Chicago Bears. He goes for the football rather than try to wrap up Austin Howard, runs about 50 yards, sets the Bears up for a game-winning field goal. Every time Eric Weddle, when people come to him, he waits for them to come to him in his arms so he can make the tackle rather than go after them. He waits. No, people are not going to go into your arms for you to make the tackle. That's not going to happen. You know, so Eric Weddle, I love him as a player. We love Eric Weddle, the ice cream man. You know, he's a leader. But at the same time, if he can't produce on the field, it's a business. It's a business. I think Eric Weddle, if we need a change, Eric Weddle, he's getting older, can't make tackles, not making good decisions back there against bad teams. Yes, when it comes down to it, when big-time game, he makes a lot of mistakes. Eric Weddle needs to go. Now, at the same time, guys, Maurice Kennedy didn't do it on that play. But at the same time, Dean Pease, I'm just glad he's retiring. Now, I don't say that in a mean way. I don't mean that in a nasty way at all. But at the same time, he made a lot of bad choices, bad calls during the year. If we get someone like Chuck Pagano, I really believe he can turn this defense around. And from there, that really was the end of the game. I mean, you can't really blame the offense with 44 seconds left. They can't make a play there, but that's it. That's pretty much what I got to say. We really need, we didn't have playmakers all season long, of course, but we really still could have won this game. We had a 97% chance of making the playoffs coming into this one. Anyway, thank you guys for watching here on Ravens Nest. I'll definitely talk to you guys later, and we'll probably be talking about the Ravens more again. We definitely will be talking more about the Ravens again here on Ravens Nest. But just wanted to kind of go through the highlights, talk a little bit about the game, and give my thoughts. Talk to you guys later.